If you're ready to choose more than just a car and experience more than just a ride, come choose from our huge selection of new Mazdas and save with low 0.9% financing. It's time to move and be moved in your new Mazda from Team Mazda on Airline.
Hello.
Hello.
Coming up on 7:03 on a Tuesday morning. Yeah. We need that extra dose of coffee and espresso today because it's Tuesday, and Tuesdays tend to be harder than Mondays.
It is, especially when you never know what we're going to be talking about. Commercial break. We just spent 120 seconds talking about colonoscopies.
We sure did.
That's the scariest part of a colonoscopy is talking about it.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
Actually,
that is true.
I am due. I need to go and get I had one at 47 when because they reduced the age, from 50 to 45. I know the joke. I know the joke.
Jefferson.
But that's when they reduced the age from 50 to 45, and I'm like 47, and then the insurance is giving me a hard time.
Well, I don't understand.
I don't understand that either. We're not preventative in this country, not enough. And nowadays, who the heck knows what with healthcare and insurance, what it's going to be like?
Sure.
But I'm due. He put me on the 3-year plan because I've got a history.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of polyps. He's like, yeah, we got those things taken care of. A little too much information on that.
But that's what I love. It's men talking about their health, and that's not something that you often see men do. And I love that among this group. And look, if you're watching your family, right? Yeah. And chances are, I saw you at the Baton Rouge Clinic yesterday. I got onto the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
I was there to see a gastroenterologist about an endoscopy.
Okay.
Everyone on the elevator. I saw you this morning.
Yeah.
You tell everybody say hello.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching us here, folks in the Baton Rouge Clinic. They love us. We're sitting next to each other in the waiting room.
Yeah,
like, he's here to see
office.
Dr. Robert Taylor.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice to meet
But
you
that's
yesterday,
crazy
Dr. Taylor.
I mean, the calcium score, for instance, with heart health. Yeah, they won't pay for a calcium score to see if you've got something that they can treat to prevent a heart attack.
Correct.
Have a heart attack, they'll pay for that.
After
Splitting
the
your
fact.
chest open, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem right there. You have insurance companies that are making decisions that only doctors and healthcare providers should be making.
Yeah.
Right. It's a for-profit business. Healthcare is a for-profit business.
Y'all think President Biden and President Trump run the company? No, big pharma and insurance companies.
Yeah.
That's my.
I'll never forget a friend of mine. Was overseas in a country that will remain South Korea, and whatever. And so this particular friend of mine had like a kidney stone issue.
Oh no.
Right, and so ambulatory and the ambulance ride to the hospital and emergency room and surgery and a stay for like 2 days. This is a foreign country.
Yeah.
And the whole bill. What do you think that cost?
Well, here it could be $100,000, but that's here. Was that better?
$500.
Wow.
Believe that.
The ambulance ride would be $500
Yes.
here
Yeah.
if you live a
By
mile
itself.
away.
Yes.
So it's just we got some things to fix, but you got
Yes.
whatever.
Crazy to think about.
Crazy.
And
Yeah.
when you think about the flight itself, that medical visit cheaper than the cost to fly
To
to
fly
South
over.
Korea
Right,
to get
so the
some
next time
healthcare
you have
done.
a kidney stone,
Correct.
book
If
a
you
flight.
can wait 14 hours on a flight and just bear the pain a little bit. Yeah.
Man, these conversations get weird.
Yes.
Is there something in the coffee?
Again, I'm going to reiterate to the point, don't be afraid to talk about your health.
Yeah,
Don't be
that's
afraid.
exactly
If
right.
something's wrong, go get it checked
Yeah.
out. There's always some help, and you never know who else has gone through it, too.
As we age, that's all we do. My brothers at Christmas, the three of us sat around and talked about.
Isn't it nice to
health
relate,
issues.
though, as an adult?
It's like, we teased our
Sit
parents,
around
and we're
what
never
hurts.
going to be y'all. We're them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Sit around. What hurts?
You know, it's fun. It's funny. Me in my 30s, I was like, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm there. I'm there. I relate, and I see what you mean. I was like, oh man,
don't
I'm
get any easier from that point forward.
Thank you. I'm in good company. It
I think
seems.
I got the new one. I've got a list of things I need to get checked out. But like over the last month, I wake up and my right elbow is all stiff. But I'm not sleeping on it. I'm like, man, I guarantee you it's arthritis. I mean, I'm not self-diagnosing, but I am. But I'm like, this is just one more thing.
Right.
Why
Add it
is
to the
everything
list.
falling off?
Add it to the
it's a good
list.
thing the belt's on because everything would just fall apart.
That was TMI.
Was it?
Yeah, a little
I don't
bit.
think so.
What, the elbow?
Yeah, that.
What?
The elbow's TMI?
Watch. Half of the issues that any of us have, though, sleep, lack of sleep.
Oh, yeah,
That's how
yeah.
it starts out, right?
y'all
It's
sleeping.
like, What is
Yeah,
the?
I mean, I
probably a
certainly
third of
I didn't get any last night.
But do you ever on the shift, you know?
Well, more than I did yesterday. I didn't sleep at all yesterday.
Those are fun nights.
Yeah.
That's when you stay up and watch HSN or whatever, and you end up ordering things you don't want.
Homeschooling
And a month
network?
later they come in, and it's like Home Shopping Network.
Oh, that one.
So,
what'd you buy?
I don't remember doing that.
I don't do that.
You don't?
When I can't sleep, I get up and
HSN?
go outside in my underwear.
Speaking of TMI.
Well, his neighbors already know that, so I suppose that's not TMI?
That's why they got the 10-foot privacy fence.
They have to
They're the ones that put it up.
All right, so no amount of fencing is going to protect you from the rain coming away. It's not this morning, but it is tonight, and it could be a lot.
Yeah, it could be heavy at times tonight, but at least the other threats of severe weather, those are starting to wane a little bit, so that's some good news. You're looking live over the downtown area, and we see mostly cloudy skies, and we're going to be that way for a big part of the day. Not much in the way of rain, not until later on in the day and the evening. Right now, we got a pair of 4s out your door on our way to high temperatures in the low to mid 60s. A couple of showers mainly in the afternoon. It's only going to be about a 30% chance, so you could take or leave the rain gear, but the later you're going to be out this evening, you definitely want the rain gear. That's the possibility of heavy rain. And then Thursday, Friday, here come the freezes, not just a couple of light freezes, but a couple of hard freezes. Now, hopefully, these will be the last of the winter season. Talking about Thursday morning and Friday morning in Baton Rouge, where we're expected to be at 26 and 27 degrees respectively. And the farther north you go, even colder than that. The duration of each one of these freezes is going to be about 6 to 9 hours each of those 2 nights. And again, if you live along or north of I-10 and I-12, I would say you definitely want to protect and prepare all 4 of the Ps. You don't have to do that until before you go to bed tomorrow night, so you still have some time on that. Clouds starting to move in. Showers, not so much so, but we'll see the radar fill in as we get to this evening, and that's what we're talking about. Now, there is a severe threat tonight, but as I mentioned, it is waning. It's going down a little bit. Here's the timing on the Futurecast. In this case, the HRRR starts to ramp it up around 7 p.m., then around 11 p.m. we get a couple of stronger thunderstorms. But again, the primary concern here is really going to be heavy rain and maybe a little bit of localized flooding. But all the other severe threats look like they've gone down, and that was the difference. The SPC last night kind of altered this map. It's very subtle, but it's there. They took this level 1, dropped it off to the south a little bit, and now Baton Rouge is actually on the outside looking in. So as I mentioned, that's some good news. So much so that I've actually taken down tornadoes and damaging winds. I would say it's about as close to a 0 threat as you can get. Hail and flooding, that's slightly better, but again, all very limited. The rain that we're expected to get, mainly between 1 to 3 inches. The farther to the south you go, heftier amounts are going to be possible. And again, most of that is going to be tonight, ending tomorrow morning. For today, notice what we'll do. We'll take it up by about 10% each of these 3 hours. As we get to 6 p.m., we're at 30% and the high temperature 64. But as I mentioned, for tonight, we're going to go right up to 100%. And notice the steadily increasing chance of rain as we get closer to midnight. And then once the front moves through, the front will move through right after midnight, and then the overnight low is going to be back into the mid-40s. But as I mentioned, because we are expecting the possibility of hard freezes Thursday morning and Friday morning, we went ahead and first alerted both of those days, not expecting any rain or any precip. That's good news, so no icing or any threat of that. And then the remainder of the 10-day, we start to warm back up. Wouldn't you know it, by the end of the 10-day, we're knocking on the door of 80 degrees again. It is now 7:11. Johnny Asian, how are the roads?
Well, let's take a look. We're getting a little busy in a couple of places. Nothing out of the ordinary for our morning drive. A little bit of slow-moving traffic running through Port Allen as you make your way to the Intracoastal. Interesting, when you get to the Intracoastal, it's fine coming up onto the bridge. Take you out toward Denham Springs, and our slowest traffic here is right before Pete's Highway, all the way past Range, 4-H Club Road. That's the Amite River right here, and then it slows down again as you get closer into the Baton Rouge area. And here is a little bit of slow traffic between Essen and Acadian on I-10. Take a look at a couple of cameras. There's I-12 near the Millerville Road area, I-10 past College, and a 33-minute drive in from Denham Springs. And there's that little bit of slow traffic on LA1 approaching. You can kind of see the bridge here approaching the Intracoastal. By the time you get to the Intracoastal overpass, it's fine going toward the bridge and coming into Baton Rouge. As we welcome you into Baton Rouge, West Baton Rouge Parish, come on over. Water's fine. 9 News Now continues after a short commercial break. Come back with us.
Hey, real quick before you get going, Baton Rouge Police could use your help here. The very latest on the shooting investigation. This is from last night.
So let's take you to the scene here. This is where Baton Rouge Police Chief T.J. Morris was there at the scene, saying that this could have some other implications here. Started with the shooting investigation where the coroner was called out. This was around 5:50 in the area of North 23rd Street and Birch Street in Baton Rouge. Now, we're told someone died here at the scene. They're still trying to figure out what led up to this after the shooting there at the convenience store. As soon as we get new details, we'll let you know. But if you have any tips for Crime Stoppers, it's a call in to 344-STOP.
Speaking of helping investigators, you got an arson investigation going on right now. Now, this particular fire happened last week, like Wednesday. This is North Fuller Place. St. George Fire Department has the arson investigation going on right now. They actually had to call in help from Baton Rouge Fire, right, to knock this thing down, and they did, Liz. Got it done within like 10 or 15 minutes. Nobody hurt, nobody inside, but they believe it's arson. So if you know anything about this, there's your tip line, 279-1064.
On this Tuesday, gearing up to get you prepared for what's to come in the world of weather. We're tracking a storm system later on today. Tuesday morning, Tuesday late afternoon. It actually looks quite fine today, aside from tonight.
Yeah, relatively quiet over the next few hours. Tuesday evening, we'll start to ramp it up. And then by tomorrow, I'm looking all over. What camera here? I'm over that. Okay, so by the time we get to Wednesday morning, the rain will get out of here, and then we'll start to cool things down.
Oh, 20s?
Yeah, 20s on Thursday morning and again Friday. Yeah, I know, but hopefully this should be the last hard freeze of the winter.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
I've still kept everything wrapped.
Yeah,
mine too. Okay, good. I felt better about
that.
Because in the 80s, I was thinking about it. I'm like, ooh, those puppies are sweating.
Yeah.
3 pair of pants right now.
Well, we'll see you later.
Anchored by the performance and reliability of the Civic and Accord, Honda has once again been named the best car brand for the 4th year running by U.S. News & World Report. Come see the lineup of award-winning Hondas at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Seagan Lane.